Welcome to another episode of Get the Memo. I'm Memo. Please show your support by dropping a like, adding a comment, and subscribing. Alright guys, well, I bought this morning at Harbor Freight Tools to get ready for our trip to Amarillo. We're going over from Vegas to Amarillo, and we gotta stuff a whole bunch of stuff in this SUV, but I want to be able to utilize the third row just for comfort for the kids and the wife and I. So I'm gonna go ahead and install this, put this together. Let's see how easy it is. Alright, with the razor I went ahead and opened up the box. Let's see how this comes inside. So after opening this up, just look like it comes in two large pieces along with the brackets and stuff like that. So we'll go ahead and just lay all this out, get the hardware out of the box, and then start putting it together. Alright guys, after opening up the box, this is absolutely everything it comes with. It comes with the two sides there for the actual carrier. It has all these brackets right here, the actual hitch. It comes with a name plate, the brand plate right there. It comes with all the hardware. We're gonna see what the hardware entails. It comes with the manual. So I did buy a locking pin, so that obviously doesn't come with this, so that nobody can steal it when my vehicle is parked out in public. So I did get one of those. I believe it doesn't come with the pin. It comes with the pin for when you fold it up like in the picture, but it doesn't come with the pin when you slide it into the actual hitch to keep it from coming out. So that's what I'm gonna do next. I'm gonna go ahead and start putting everything together. Now I don't have a work table, so I'm just kind of working with two stools, putting the cardboard on it. It is a pretty hefty piece, so I just laid those things there, and I laid all my parts pieces here. It's always good practice to make sure that you make sure all your pieces are here before you get started. So these are all the pieces, so you know what it comes with hardware wise. Alright, so the first part of the instructions was getting the rear and the front plates on, which I did. I went ahead and lined them up right here, front and the back, put them right there, so you can see that's where the brand is. They should line up with the holes. And then you're going to take the hex bolts with the washers and lock nuts. You're going to put them in with as the instructions say. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I already did one, and I just hand tightened it a little bit. I'm going to put all of them. Then I'm going to go ahead and tighten them up with the impact driver. I picked this up from Home Depot to fit into my impact driver so that I can get this job done much quicker. Alright guys, so these are all nice and tightened up. So that's how it looks. So now on to step 2. Now what we're going to do is connect the supports, these inner braces, with the shorter nut and bolts. They are not actually going to be attached to this lower brace right here, this lower support. They're just going to be on their own, just adding more integrity, more strength to the carrier. So what I did was I just hand tightened one side a little bit. If you can see right there, I hand tightened it just so that I can put the brace in and let it hang there as I come to the opposite end. And it's actually just at an angle, so it's actually holding itself up. The L is facing inward like that. Now I'm gonna go ahead and thread this in as like so. As you can tell, there it is. So that's how it looks, the inner bar. Now the only difference is the outer bar is gonna go in conjunction with the lateral support. And again, this is the longer of the bolts out of the 8 they gave you. There was 4 short, 4 long, so these are going to be the 4 longs that are going to be at the end. See the outer braces with the longer nut and bolts, they're sandwiched in with these, so it goes you know, the bolt from the inside of the basket down. You got this brace here, and you got the support here, and then you put the bolt in. You know, it's not the same with the inside. The inside is just the bracket right there. So now that I hand tightened all of them, I'm gonna go ahead and go with the wrench and go ahead and with the ratchet to go ahead and tighten them down. Oh, and one thing to mention obviously is in the instructions. So the L's are facing inwards. So on this side they're facing towards the center. Same thing from this side, they're facing the center, going that way. And at this point I just lay it flat and I put my stool where it's pushing up against the bolt from the inside of the basket, so it's popped out all the way. And then I'm just pretty much using these. I don't have the size to use, you know, the socket wrench for this one, so I'm just using this and I'm just turning around. Time consuming, but yeah, it works. I've already tightened all those from the underside. I flipped it over, tightened them, gave them once more with the wrench, and then now on to the next step. So right now I have the cage not upside down but right side up. I got this bracket right here, this support. I'm gonna put it right there in the center. If you notice, there's a little notch right there. That's where you're gonna want to put it. And then it didn't really necessarily say whether to put this increase on the bottom or the top, so I'm just gonna assume it's pointing down, so it's indented down. So I'm just gonna line this up like that, like so. Then I have to get the support tube right here, and then I have to slide it inside with the holes facing up. Alright, well, I shimmied it in, shook it in right there. You definitely need 2 hands, so I got the first hole here. Now when I look down here, this hole is nowhere near lined up, so I need to figure something out. Might need to loosen something, or we'll see. And once you line that up correctly, you're gonna lay this on top like that. Then the bolts go through the top, and then the nut's gonna tighten it from the bottom. And so that's what I'm gonna do next. Now see what I do with that one, see how I can get it to line up. The thing that's not lining up is the plate, so I'm gonna loosen the plate, which I can do easily. I have the little bit, I can loosen it up, straighten it out, put in the bolt that belongs in there. I was able to get that in, no problem. And now this right here is gonna allow it to fold up when no longer in use. It needs the lock nut and the with the hex bolt. So basically these 2 things, that's what we're gonna be using. All I'm gonna do is put these up, line them up with the holes, and then I'm gonna slide those in. Alright guys, so I put those on. The next step was to put on, I guess, these reflectors, but fortunately they already came on when I opened the box. Now I have to slip it in to the actual hitch of the car. I'm gonna lift this, just slide it in, easy peasy. The locking pin in. Now all I gotta do, slide this in. Oh, I'm gonna have to use 2 hands because I can't use both. Give me 1 second. And there we go. It ain't going nowhere. So that's it. When I want to open it, unlock it, I slide that little thing back, put in the key, close it. That's it. This thing isn't going anywhere. Alright, so this is how the cargo carrier looks folded up behind our car. See, it doesn't take much space up at all. When I'm ready to use it, I just bring it down. It's right there. As you can see, the pictures that I just showed you, or I'm about to show you, of how it looked when we had it all loaded up. And I have the pin right here that goes with it to make sure that it stays folded, or, you know, shut, or open, I mean. Just put that in there. Then you put this in here. You just push it down, and that's it. Easy peasy. And I was able to load it up real heavy. Believe me, we had a lot of stuff on it. It could take up to, I believe, 500 pounds. I need to double check that. But it's a good buy. Highly recommended. This is the review portion of the video. So I'm gonna give you some feedback on how our experience with the cargo carrier went. It was pretty much nothing but positive. So the alternative to this cargo carrier was getting a box trailer, and I was gonna rent one from U-Haul, but I was worried about a number of things, forgetting that I was trailing it, and going too fast, or one of the tires popping, or the types of road that I would be on, whether it be dirt, gravel, just uneven surfaces, and something happening to the box trailer and being liable for it. And the fact that I try to stay away from renting anything because I feel like I'm throwing the money away, I'm never going to see it back. Whereas this, I own, I get to keep, and I get to use in the future. So I really like the ability of being able to fold it up so it's compact. Another reason why I got the carrier instead, because I would have to worry about where I'm going to park with a little box trailer. And I'm talking about the little box trailers. I leave a little picture of what I'm talking about. Some that would fit the amount of stuff that I actually had on this trip that we had all the way to Amarillo. So if you're thinking about going on a road trip and you're trying to figure out how to store all your stuff so that you can save space in your vehicle and store stuff on the exterior, we were thinking about getting either a cargo carrier on the top of the vehicle, but then we were like, it's not as accessible to our belongings when we make our stops, or getting a box trailer. But then, as I outlined all the possible things that can go wrong with that, it really came down to this cargo carrier, which gave us so many benefits, and having the holes for straps as well. I bought some ratcheting straps, which I'll leave a little picture of and link in the description of where you can buy those. Got them for, I believe, like $10 at Home Depot. The cargo carrier itself was $100 at the time of filming on Harbor Freight Tools. I'll leave a little link and a picture right here as well. Also, if you're gonna buy it, definitely look at or subscribe to their email advertisements or their mail advertisements, because they always have amazing coupons on there. And at the time of buying the cargo carrier, I got a 20% off barcode in the mail, and I used that to save myself $20, which $20 is $20. So highly recommend this cargo carrier. Again, it was relatively easy to put together, as you saw. I just highly recommend getting the little bits to go into your drill, or I was only able to get the size of the very small pieces that I used, that I showed you in the video. The other one I didn't actually manage to get the size of it. The capacity being 750 pounds. I know earlier I said I think 500. It's actually 750, which was awesome. I was afraid of it not being durable enough to hold all my stuff, and worried about it bending and stuff, being flimsy. Not the case whatsoever. This thing, it was a solid piece of metal. It also didn't make any rattling noises when driving, when the carrier wasn't in use. If you haven't done so already, please do subscribe, drop a like, add a comment at the end of this video. I really do appreciate all the support. As always, please have a wonderful, blessed rest of your day, week, month, year. Have a safe one out there, you guys, and see you on the next video.